How's it going, guys? This is What Did You Think? The crew's back, and we're back for our review of Uncharted. It just came out maybe like a week ago, and we were going to go into a spoiler discussion on stuff that we liked, and mainly stuff that we did not like. But I think we're going to start off. Alvan, what was the story, man?
So the story, Uncharted follows Nathan Drake, Tom Holland, and then Nathan Drake meets Sully, Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
And then they just go on this adventure for, I think it was Magellan's treasure, lost treasure. And along the way, there's mishaps, adventure, action, mystery. They try to find. There's a lot of puzzles, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. A lot of the goofiness, like an Indiana Jones movie-esque, I would say.
Yeah, there's also Papa John's.
There was Papa John's.
There's a Papa John's product placement, which was weird.
Go buy yourself a Papa John's, guys.
Yeah,
while you're watching this, go get a Papa
That
John's.
was weird.
Yeah.
The movie, I think, so we kind of went into the story. It's essentially what you would expect from an Uncharted story.
He
Typical,
didn't mention one.
It's a typical Uncharted kind of story where there's backstabbing and villains and people who ally with you and then turn around and sell you out. I think it's pretty
for sure.
Typical, if you know the games, you'll know what you're getting into.
It's a roller coaster ride of trust and betrayal. That's what he's trying to say. And I think also for the story, the one that the whole crux of the story is Nathan Drake, he said Tom Holland.
Yeah.
He doesn't know where his brother is. His brother's gone. Something happened to him. We don't know what happened to him. And you see Tom Holland grows up without his older brother, and as he's probably supposed to be 25, he's he's a 2-bit thief. Not the guy with the best. Not the best. He has no code of honor really. So that's when Sully comes in and says, "Oh, I know where your brother is. Help me steal this treasure, and we can probably find you." And that's when this whole web of a treasure hunt begins.
Yeah, so it's essentially like a hunt for treasure, but also a hunt for his brother.
Yeah.
He's trying to find his brother. And I know for me personally, having a lot of brothers, I thought it didn't work. I thought that was really fucking shit. I did not like that aspect. But I will say, I think we're going to start out with the things that we did like. And I thought the action was pretty cool at times. It felt kind of like a little like Pirates of the Caribbean, kind of Indiana Jones.
Yeah, exactly. I kind of put it because it's like a video game movie, right? So I put it as a better version, I think, of Prince of Persia, because I think Prince of Persia was a good movie, but I still had I don't think it had the best actors. Yeah, it wasn't the best.
Yeah.
I think
Jake Gyllenhaal was Persian.
Yeah. So for this movie, we're going into the likes. I think he didn't enjoy the stuff with Sam, but I thought that was actually that's a good way to get you to endear yourself to a thief, because you're gonna see he's a great character. He steals from a girl at a bar. It's like he has his own tricks to do this. Amir really hated that, but I'm like, oh, as a Nathan Drake fan,
he's a bastard. He's straight up. He's a bastard. I mean, maybe that is how he is in the games.
Yeah, that's how he is.
Yeah,
exactly.
In Uncharted 3, how he meets Sully is.
I think you can be a bastard, but you still have to be a little bit likable as a bastard.
No, but he is. That's the thing.
Because let's kind of start off. I guess we're gonna go into scenes.
It's hard to start off on the likes when we're talking like this.
Well, I'll go into the likes.
Yeah, let them know the scene. So one scene is the way they.
I'll go over the scene I liked. I'll go over actually a really good scene I liked. Yeah. So it was a scene between. It was like their first heist. Do you guys remember with Sully and Nathan Drake having to grab the cross, the key?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I actually love that scene. So it felt very much like a Ocean's 11, Ocean's 12 kind of thing. Mark Wahlberg is saying, I'm going to bid on this key, and hopefully by the time we're bidding on it, you're going to shut off all the lights, and I'll be able to get the key for us, and we'll be able to steal it to go on our journey. Mm-hmm. So that was awesome. You see,
that was a cool sequence.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. You see Sully in the auction, and you're seeing Tom Holland having his problems trying to get to it, and I just remember Mark Wahlberg was like, "Oh, kid, you need to break a leg or break some lights or do something because I'm bidding money I don't have." And I was like, "Oh, that felt really cool," and I liked that scene. I thought it was a really fun action scene.
He did a really cool, Tom Holland did a cool
split kick. Yeah.
So I mean, he's acrobatic, so he's able to do that action, which I respected. But what was something you liked?
When you said action earlier, that's the only thing that really got me. I mean, I try really hard to enjoy myself during this movie, but when you have people like Nathan Fillion who made a really good Uncharted short film before,
that's true.
In my head, I'm just thinking I'd rather watch that.
That's
true.
At the
end of the day, I just turn off my brain. I'm just gonna watch this for the cool action scenes. I love the end sequence with the ship when they were bringing it out. I think that was awesome.
That was really cool.
And then Sully had to kind of make that decision between saving Drake or becoming a real thief and be a billionaire at this point.
Yeah.
So I think that's cool how they kind of solidified their relationship with each other. Uh-huh. But I mean, other than that, we can go into the dislikes if you guys want.
Yeah. So Alvan's the resident Uncharted fan. He's
him.
What?
I think we all like Uncharted.
Yeah, we all love Nathan
Amir,
Drake.
what's your favorite Uncharted game?
My favorite Uncharted game is PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale.
Yeah.
That game is
Yeah,
amazing.
that's a great game.
That's amazing. Because honestly, you get to live as Nathan Drake. You're
So
just watching Nathan
Let's go
Drake.
someone who actually
I'm-
knows. Yeah.
I'm being Nathan Drake.
Yeah.
I'm playing the game as Nathan Drake.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
So our resident Alvan is our resident Uncharted fan. He beat 1, 2, and 3 before, and
I was replaying it leading up to the movie, and then now I'm playing through 4.
So
I think
what'd you
after
learn?
refreshing my mind, I think there's a lot more to appreciate with this movie now because they do take a lot of aspects from the games, which I
Little
didn't
Easter eggs.
notice. Wait, what?
Like little Easter eggs.
Yeah, little Easter eggs. Which when they're stealing the key, that's a scene straight ripped out of 4. I just played through that level
They
yesterday.
have an auction scene
yeah,
too.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That was like, I think
Oh,
the
so I thought you only did 1 through 3. You did 4
He's-
as well.
he's
I'm
playing
playing
the 4.
through 4 right
Oh,
now.
cool.
Yeah,
Cool,
yeah.
okay.
So at the time, I thought that was kind of tacky, but now I'm like, oh, okay, there's a newfound appreciation for it where when you
Which
play
is
through the
interesting.
games-
That's
yeah.
interesting because. I liked it not being in the game, but now you seeing that it was in the game, it made you respect it more.
Yeah, it's pretty cool
It's
how they
interesting.
kind of just take different aspects from each game and what works, and then kind of just mash it into one movie.
And then
Yeah, but wouldn't you say even if it's in the game, it doesn't mean that it's good?
It doesn't
Yeah.
mean that it's good, but it's cool that they're aware and they know the franchise.
So you're
and
just
the history
appreciating
behind
the
it.
scene more, basically.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it was interesting. Yeah, because like I said, I like that scene, not knowing it was in the game. But
yeah,
so for you, that gives you like a newfound appreciation. Oh wow,
Yeah.
it's cool. They
Yeah, yeah,
referenced it.
yeah.
And then you also mentioned that Uncharted 3 is a young Nathan Drake story.
Yeah, there's like a mission with young Nathan Drake where you get to see how Nathan meets Sully, which is completely different than.
How was their
the-
chemistry? Because that was when we were talking about this movie. My biggest issue with they really did not like the casting of Tom Holland. I thought that was an issue, but
Miscast.
it was mainly the
Miscast,
chemistry. I
for
thought
sure.
that was off. I thought Mark Wahlberg and Tom Holland, they were not friends in my opinion. They were assholes to each other the whole movie. And you can say, oh, that's no honor among thieves. But the whole thing is that you're a band of thieves together. You're a band of brothers.
But you had to
Because
show them.
it's you against the world. That's how I always saw Nathan Drake and Sully. But what was the relationship like in the game? Are they?
It's like
Do they
friends.
butt heads? Do they butt heads?
Initially, obviously they butt head because Nathan's trying to steal from Sully, but then Sully takes him under his wing, and then becomes like a father-son
Yeah.
relationship. So even in 4, Nathan doesn't see Sully for like 2 years, but then he contacts Sully for a job, and then
They pick it up like
nothing happened. So
Yeah,
it's kind of
that's
like
cool.
it's very endearing relationship.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
and they fucked that up
Yeah, I
in
was
this
gonna say
movie.
that's not.
No, but-
yeah, that's
no,
not
but-
what
that's
but-
not what we-
But everything you guys also realize this is like Uncharted 0.5. They have to show him get to Nathan Drake as an adult. He's 25 in this, and it's like they butt head, but I think the chemistry was still there because they had.
I don't think
They
so.
have to show that. We
Yeah.
can still get an Uncharted movie where they're
It's like
already
it's like Rush
established.
Hour
yeah,
1.
yeah,
It's like
yeah.
Rush Hour 1. You wouldn't get their bond to be so close if you didn't see how much they hated each other, and then they grow to appreciate each other.
But they
works.
like each other halfway
works.
through the movie. They're like, okay, we're gonna have to work together, and they become friends with when they're dancing.
Yeah, but they don't hate each other as much as you honestly think they do.
They
I
do.
can feel it.
There's a
You can
scene
feel, like, a
in
tension.
your favorite scene with bidding for I don't have money, right?
He leaves
Sully,
him.
Sully literally says, "Oh, you're on your own, kid." See, it's like if he's under your wing, how about the kid?
No,
How
but
about the
I'm pretty
fucking
sure.
kid?
I'm pretty sure what he says when he's in the loan is like, "Oh, if I knew you were screwed, I wouldn't have picked you for the job." He knew he was going to get out of there. Sully had the key. Sully had the briefcase. He had to
He
leave.
kind of gaslights Nathan Drake, where like, oh, I'm taking you under my wing, but only because I know you have something about Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
that was that
uses,
line,
he uses him. He literally
Yeah.
says, "Oh, because you know something. What do you know? Let
Yeah.
me know." It's like, dude, fuck you.
He's using
He's
Nathan Drake because he thinks Sam told him something important about the Magellan ship.
He's
And
not a
that's
hero. He's
Very,
a,
that's kind
That's
of
a bastard.
yeah,
Yeah.
but he's a fucking thief. It's like, oh, he's not this white knight. If you want a white knight story, go watch like some basic ass.
It's like Owen said for Monsters U, but actually I think valid.
Work,
You,
bitch.
you said you don't want to see them hating each
I don't
other.
want to see them hate each
And
other.
for
especially
me,
if
that
I-
was the whole movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
You
but-
want them to have that cool relationship with each other.
No, but
You want to see them bickering
the
with
way
each
it
other.
felt like to me was like it was like two foxes trying to outfox each other, neither of them getting it. If Sully thought he can screw him out of it, Nathan Drake found a way to get back in. And then isn't it also when Nathan Drake goes to his den the first time, he steals from him and he's like, oh, like he knows that he stole from him. He knew, they're both master thieves, so it's like, oh, they don't need to work together perfectly the first time. They have to show them butt heads, and then in the next one, their relationship becomes more
So
endearing.
you're just setting up the relationship that we want. You're setting up the dynamic that they want.
Yeah, if you want a
I
one
want
for
the setup. I want to see it.
no, but if you want a 1-for-1, just play the games. I think that's the problem
Okay,
with.
okay, we can get to that point where this movie didn't even have to come out.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but no, I'm saying this has a different.
Let's
Like,
move
like,
on.
like,
To,
like,
let's move on to the dislikes we have.
Yeah, because we're already in the
I thought we were
dislikes.
already on it.
Yeah.
We're already on dislikes. I think
Okay.
one thing I want to ask. So I think we already understand that for the most part, Tom Holland and Nathan and Mark Wahlberg weren't those.
I don't agree. I don't agree.
I don't think they were the characters.
I don't agree.
But
I don't
let's-
agree.
I think they were miscast,
Yeah.
but the writing, it kind of fits. I
Yes.
think.
What about the other characters? What were your thoughts on Antonio Banderas?
He was cool. He was okay. I don't like how they killed him off halfway through.
Wasted.
Because it's like it's wasted potential at that point.
It
You know what I
was,
mean?
yeah.
If he's gonna be the big bad, make him the big bad. I'd
Yeah.
rather
Yeah.
see him
They-
throughout the whole film.
Yeah, you felt bad for him with him and the dad and like the legacy and then the way that they just literally kill him off for like the psych.
Yeah,
It, like, didn't
the
work.
scenes were good. When he
Yeah.
was in the movie, I was like, okay, this is cool.
Yeah.
Because he's trying to usurp the power from the dad.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that was great. And
Yeah.
it's like it could be a metaphor for his father-son relationship versus Nathan Drake's, but I thought it didn't work. What were your thoughts?
Just wasted potential.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
wasted.
also the death scene was terrible.
Yeah,
It's not even a good. He lies down. Right. Something goes across his neck and he sleeps.
yeah,
Right.
practically.
Dark Knight Rises action.
Yeah.
I wonder what was that shit.
Literally, I just saw it on Twitter like a day or two. I was like, oh, we have so many good Oscar actors, and then you literally see that.
Yeah.
Like, dude, how did that happen?
Yeah.
But I think we were talking about Antonio Banderas' theme. The message he was saying before he dies. That was really good. Then I want to go to another thing I liked about the movie because probably it seems like I'm the only one who's defending that the movie.
Because he liked it when we got out of the theater. Now you're a little more sour on it.
I'm just.
I think it's the sourness of you guys. You guys are warheads going on to him.
When we got out of the
Warheads
movie,
on a Jolly Rancher.
When we
What?
got out of the
We were
movie,
the Warheads and he was a Jolly Rancher.
I was.
Yeah.
This movie's a 5 out of 10. It's just fine. I don't feel anything about this movie.
Yeah, so that comes to our scaling. I remember it was different because like you say
Yeah.
5 is like a serviceable movie to me.
Yeah.
5 is an F.
I felt the same way about this movie as I came out of Solo. It's not.
Well,
you know,
5 can't be an F because that means you're never going to get a 1 or a 2. Like,
That is-
Yeah,
I think
one
5 is average.
movies
Five
aren't.
should be average.
Yeah,
movies-
movies passable. Like,
No movie's a 1. No movie's like a 1 other than like.
Then how's 5 an F?
No, I'm thinking like that is like essentially. Oh shit. Well, 1 is not. 1 isn't a movie. No movie is 1. No movie's fucking 1. No movie's fucking 10. Or like no movie's.
We're arguing this. We're
Alright,
talking about
well, all I'm
Uncharted.
saying is I wanted to get into something that I actually did like because you're the only positive you're going to hear them from me. So there was a really good moment with Nathan Drake and Sam, and I thought it was on the idea of like something being lost and something being gone. The idea of something that's lost, it can be found. Something that's gone is gone forever. So like the way that they were referencing it was like their parents. So Nathan was like, we had to find our parents. They're lost, and then Sam was like, no, they left us. They're gone. They're never coming back. Don't ever like forget about me and you were family now. That's all we have. And like how you said, like you didn't enjoy like the relationship between the brother. I thought that was like the most endearing. Like it wasn't. I'm not gonna say it was better than anything in other movies, but that was like what the movie had. That was pretty strong. That was like, all right, I can.
Good point.
That's all they have.
It was in it for 5 minutes. How long was the movie?
Like 2 hours.
2
Yeah,
hours.
sure. Is it 5
Yeah.
5 minutes of the brother stuff? So
It's like essentially it's a
I said
tug
this
on the. It's an emotional
I
tug.
said this when we got out, but my 2 hours weren't lost; they were gone.
literally,
Yes.
literally.
like I will never get that back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, so like, I guess I want to kind of go into comparing it to other video game movies. Like, I know we don't agree, but like MK 2021, I thought that was better.
I don't
'Cause
agree, yeah.
You
At
didn't
least-
like that?
I think this was better. It's a better made movie.
Are you serious?
I
Yeah.
was really surprised. Yeah, I was so surprised when you said that. I was like,
that's crazy.
like the
I think it's
action.
because you haven't played the games.
Of
You know
what?
I mean?
Of what?
Uncharted.
He hasn't either.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Wait, you're saying you liked MK more or less?
I liked MK way more.
Yeah, same.
Oh,
But that-
yeah, way more.
That's actually
Yeah.
interesting because you guys have a huge like love for the MK franchise, but you two haven't played the Uncharted, and it's interesting to see. that
Our
you
opinions are
love it,
different.
and you.
I
hate it.
don't love the. I don't love the movie. I don't fucking love it. I don't fucking love this movie.
Based on your rating, your
So-
scale, right?
yeah.
What
So
did you give it an 8?
6.5.
Oh, very
So-
passive.
That's an A plus. What are you talking about?
No, for me. So I'm not gonna say I don't love this movie, but I don't want to see a movie get shit on when it doesn't deserve to be shit on because, like he just said, he liked the scene because he found out it was in the game. It's like no, the scene was good because it was in the movie and it was we thought it was an original scene, but. Yeah, I'm gonna be the only one giving the positive stuff for this movie. I think
Yeah, compared to like a video game movie that you think was worse than, but also another that's better than.
so. I think it's better than MK 2021 because I think at least for this was they focused on less characters and they tried to give us a new version of the character because I said they're not trying because they're not trying to give us a 1-for-1. I think that's the problem with some video game movies. Like they're trying to give you the exact form.
I mean, isn't that what you want though? It's a video game movie.
No, but I'm saying
You're
at least
making a character,
they're at
making
least
a new
give.
story, a new movie.
Yeah.
No, but they're at least giving, yeah, like you said, they're giving you a different story. If you're doing a 1-for-1, it's like, all right, you're doing what the game did, but shittier. This one's like, all right, we're at least giving you a younger story, Nathan Drake, which I don't want it for Nathan Drake, but I can appreciate that they're doing a different take.
So that's a fair point, but I think the movie isn't doing it to like, oh, we're gonna subvert what you know about Nathan Drake. They essentially have a younger one, so we can have 10 Uncharted movies. So like,
Yeah, well, I'm not going to go into Sony's thought vessel thing.
But
I think the idea is what they did give us was it's at least different than Uncharted 1.
Because I think
Because you compare
I
it.
think at the end of the day, this movie was made way too late. I mean, the last time I put an Uncharted game was Uncharted 3, and that was like, what, 8 years ago at this
Probably
point?
more,
It was a
Yeah,
long time ago.
Yeah.
It's about
So
10
when
years
I go back
ago.
into it,
Yeah.
I don't want to have to play 3 games to remember these characters.
That's
you know what I mean?
That's
Yeah.
true.
I think there's a lot of good games out there right now that deserve a movie, and Uncharted, it's like time passed. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
Yeah.
we should have
Never
got God
went-
of War.
Yeah,
That'd
we
be
could have gotten
cool.
a really good God of War story. We could have gotten anything, but Uncharted, like, as much as I love Uncharted, I never got to play 4 because I never got the PS4. But even
Yeah.
Uncharted 4 is an old game. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
I want to get.
that's
I
true.
do have a question comparing this to Tomb Raider. Have you guys seen?
No.
I
Tomb
have not. But
Okay, I-
Tomb Raider
people
looks
I've
shitty.
talked
You talking about
to,
the old one, like with?
No,
No,
Alicia
Alicia
Vikander.
I forgot that came out.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, that one also like killing a weird time too.
Yeah.
But from the people I talked to, like
Durkee.
Nick and Durkee, they
Shout out
said
to Nick
that
and
they really like. Yeah, shout out to those guys. They really liked Tomb Raider, and I think Durkee said this was better than Tomb Raider. But I mean, to me, this movie was so fucking shit.
No,
like,
but-
I can't see it.
No, but I think I think you guys hating on it is hating on essentially it being compared exactly one for one for the game. I think as a movie, it's still a good movie. I
So
would
what
say.
was your original point? Yeah. So which one did you like?
So
better?
Tomb Raider. you
I
saw?
haven't seen Tomb Raider, but I was just
I
wondering if you guys saw it because they're both video game movies, adventure games.
Yeah.
But I think this movie, to me, is something you'll see 2 years from now on FX if you're just flipping through the channels.
yeah.
That's exactly what this movie feels
And
like.
that- that's fine- and that's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing.
See it again.
Yeah.
No,
You're
no,
not
I
gonna
think
see it
It's
again.
not a bad
No, I
thing, but it's just I think for me
It's a filler.
it's
filler.
filler.
movie.
I didn't feel anything. I didn't laugh at any jokes in this
Yeah,
movie.
that was when I said it's like, oh, the action was okay at some points. It wasn't even funny. Like if you had Mark Wahlberg
Yeah.
and Tom Holland, they should be quipping and making jokes.
Yeah.
It's Nathan Drake.
Yeah, but the humor came from them essentially butting heads, but you just didn't like that,
I don't think they liked it either,
I didn't
though.
like that.
I think
It was
Well,
too
I'm not gonna-
antagonistic.
huh?
yeah.
Or- so maybe my opinion's rubbing off on it. I don't know.
Yeah. See, yeah.
I
I
think.
think. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, you can
I
go.
was gonna say, all in all, I think we all, us three at least, don't have the greatest opinion on it. But at the end of the day, it shows like what video game movies are like nowadays. It's either a
I think
complete
Detective
hit or a miss,
Pikachu
you know
was
what
my
I mean?
favorite.
Well, yeah. Typically, I'll give like an 8.
Yeah.
Like compared
Yeah,
to
I love
Space
Space
Jam 2. What do you get Space Jam 2?
I mean, Space Jam 2
It's almost
I liked it a
unwatchable.
lot at first.
I don't know
and
if it's
then I started
unwatchable.
thinking about it.
It's a
but-
pretty shitty movie.
Yeah, but I don't know why you're bringing that up. That's
I'm saying like this. If you're giving Space Jam 2 like a 5, right, or like that, I think this is miles better than Space Jam 2.
Did you guys?
There are a
watch
lot of
Resident-
movies that are way
did you guys watch
shittier.
Resident Evil.
We
Yeah.
did.
I
What?
did.
Okay.
This was better than Resident
Okay.
Evil.
This is better than Resident
This
I
is
thought so.
this was
I
a
had a really hard time watching Resident Evil.
Okay.
this was a
Really hard
better
time,
made. Actually, exactly. Resident Evil is a perfect example.
This
Resident
is
Evil is
funny.
Resident Evil. I liked it. It was fun. But Resident Evil was a slave to its source material where it was just Easter egg, Easter egg, Easter egg. This was like, all right, we're trying to make a movie. We're doing a little bit different, but we're trying to make a movie first.
But I will say, you're saying Resident Evil was Easter egg, Easter egg, Easter egg.
That was
which made
this
it
too.
Unwatchable,
Huh?
which made it hard to watch, right?
No. It was they did it as Easter egg, Easter egg, Easter egg, where they gave us like they were jerking us. But then when you watch it, all right, this movie they ruined some characters that
I think the,
there's no story. There's just no story. It's cutscene after cutscene.
my favorite part of the movie was when Nathan Drake becomes Nathan Drake, when he puts on the
And you
bandolier
hear the theme.
and you hear the theme.
That was great.
That was good. But then everything else, it doesn't live up to that moment, right?
Yeah, but the theme was barely in it too. I thought they could have
Yeah.
used the theme better.
Also, the Nolan North cameo was nothing. Should have just cut it.
I mean, I thought that was.
It was
cool
they gave him a
fan
job
service.
at least. They gave him
Yeah,
a job.
a
You
big
see him.
paycheck.
It's a cameo at the end of the day.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was
I
another
can see what you're
cameo.
saying. Yeah, when you see Nolan North talking to Tom Holland, it's like you should be on
Yeah, I
screen.
know.
You're
He
Nathan.
was
Drake.
Yeah.
more Nathan Drake at that point
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And even the opening, like, so this is something I thought that was a big issue with it. I guess kind of wanted to do one scene is it starts off with Nathan Drake falling out of the plane, and then like you're having this cool, I guess, kind of action scene, but it goes very brief. It's just he falls out of the plane, and then it cuts to him being in the orphanage. And to me, I thought that was
Which is in the game, actually.
I was about
Yeah,
to
it's in
say,
the
isn't
game,
that-
the second
isn't that
one.
in the game or something?
Yeah, it's in 4.
Mhm.
a 4.
Yeah.
Okay, so my biggest issue with this movie is, like, I know you guys think he's a thief and he's a bastard, Nathan Drake, but I thought you had to still make him likable.
Yeah.
So my biggest issue is that the movie kind of just throws you in. Where I literally bent over to Omid and I was like, "Hey, the movie just kind of started. Like, it just throws you in, and I don't know this character or care about him. Like, the first time you see Tom Holland, he's essentially hitting on a girl at a bar, and it's like, bro, she's just getting a drink. Leave her alone." And then,
Can we
Well,
talk about the bar
and then-
scene? Dude, he's doing a history lesson when he's making a drink. Shut up, dude. Shut up.
Yeah,
Give me my drink.
and then he's
Give me
still
my drink.
wasted.
But when he's saying he's hitting on her, it's not like, oh, he's commenting about her body. It's he's giving her a history. So it's not like he's doing the basic version of like a douche boy. It's like, no,
Yes.
he's
trying
like
to
it's not
get
really.
douche.
That's not really.
That's not good.
That's
I
not
just-
likable.
He's like a
I
know-it-all.
wanna
He's
No, I'm
like,
saying-
did you know this drink was made in Mexico in 1732 because
Yeah.
blah 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 blah. It's like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
thanks,
something that
dude.
comes off
Alright.
like that comes off like a more of like a nerdy charm. But when I think of
You just said
No!
that a second ago.
this
No, I'm saying he's
this
not
begs
like
the-
a douche
This begs
boy.
the question: does he do this with every drink? Does
Probably.
he know all these
Oh,
facts about
man.
every drink?
Owen makes a
Probably-
really good
Does
point.
he rehearse this in the mirror every single
well, he's a
time?
genius. He's a smart guy. Nathan
not a
Drake's a
genius.
smart
He's
dude.
not a genius.
In the game, he's kind of perceived like, okay, yeah, he knows his stuff.
He-
But
yeah.
in this one, I didn't get that vibe.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
He's almost a
you,
bumbling idiot.
you-
Like,
well,
And
the
at
car
the-
hit
you guys
him.
had to really.
At the end of the day, it's Tom Holland. I don't want to see Tom
Yeah.
Holland as Nathan Drake.
I agree.
I don't think
Yeah.
anyone did when,
I
when
agree.
it was first announced, and it's just something you think about the
That
entire.
was
I
a
agree.
major concern.
What I want to tell everyone
Yeah.
is this: don't be a slave to the game, because when you, it's like there's still value to be had in this movie. Like,
Okay, you keep saying that, but it's like just watch a different adventure.
Yeah,
movie.
what-
Watch
no, I'm saying-
Indiana Jones
I'm
or
saying-
something.
I'm
It's
saying
gonna
this
be
has-
better.
I'm saying-
John Wick. Watch like double like because they
well, I'm
try to
saying
do
what this has
spy
better than John.
stuff,
What this
too.
has better than John Wick is at least has a coherent story.
Yeah,
John Wick
right.
John Wick 1
Look,
doesn't.
I think to be
John Wick 1 story is, oh, they killed my dog.
Wait,
Go on
what?
or
He doesn't
John Wick
know
1.
John Wick like that?
John Wick 1. There's no story in John
Oh
Wick.
my
Fuck
God.
this
Look,
guy.
look, at the end of the
What's the
day,
story of John Wick
at
1?
the end of the day, to have a really good video game movie, you have to be able to manage the characters into a new story well.
and be a movie without the
And be a
games.
movie without the games.
And that's
I
what
think
this
now,
was.
This one, look, they got that new story down, but they did not get the characters down, alright?
Yes.
Drake is too unlikable. He
Drake,
is way too
baby.
unlikable. Okay?
Fuck yeah.
At that point, that's where they turned me off. That's where they got me. That's where I checked out in that movie because they didn't feel like I liked the character. I haven't played Uncharted in a long time, so it's hard for me to compare
Yeah.
what he was like in the games, but what he likes in the movie. But I know for a fact if he acted like this in the games, I would not
Yeah,
enjoy playing.
literally.
I doubt it. I really doubt it. The only problem I had with him
He
in
can
this.
act the same way, but you still gotta be likable.
Agreed.
He
Yeah,
was.
be
He
like-
was.
You're
I'm
the
saying,
main character.
when you see Johnny
Quit saying
Cage.
who he was. You haven't played the game.
That's a valid point.
I haven't played the game.
Wait a minute. I mean, you can still not play the game and have an opinion on it.
No,
Yes.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
I'm saying that he was likable in the game.
Yeah.
He's telling me he wasn't.
I'm saying he's likable in both.
You haven't played. That's what I'm saying.
I watched the cutscene all for the first one.
All right, man.
Okay.
All
So
I'm saying
I think
is this.
I guess we're kind of coming down towards the end of our
Yeah,
review.
yeah,
Let's
we-
give final
have,
thoughts.
I have a final, I guess, question just pertaining to video game movies. So these games, the games we love they have good story, right? Do you guys think they should bring in the writers who wrote the games to write the movies?
I would
It's
say
a
that.
different
I don't even
medium.
know how to write a
You
movie.
think
It's a different
Yeah.
medium.
They're going from like a 6-hour-long video game to
Okay.
Even longer.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
longer.
Okay.
Is with the game also you're getting the story even through the gameplay and their
Yeah.
little banter. Like I know they said Neil is it Druckmann?
Neil Druckmann.
Did he work on the original Uncharted games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so when I saw
I think he's
that,
a creator.
Or,
Like,
or Amy Hennig.
yeah, so when I saw that on the credits, I was like, oh, that's them trying to give it credibility. But I was like, you don't have to have worked on the game to understand the characters and the story of the game. So I would say no, I don't think you need the writers of the game to work on the movie because it's a different medium.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's just something I was always wondering pertaining to video game movies.
Yeah.
yeah, I think there are two different aspects. Like there are two different fields of storytelling. Stories are movies more like 2 hours. You have to you have other obstacles that video games do, and video games have other ones too.
I think at the end of the day, it's just really hard to make a good video game movie. And at this point,
So what would you give as a good video game
I
movie?
really liked like Mortal Kombat, the newest one. It's
There
obviously
are
still not
issues.
the best movie.
Yeah.
I think the only one that's actually done it right now is like Sonic. I
And
think
Pikachu.
Sonic
Yeah.
and Detective
Yeah.
Pikachu. Yeah,
Pikachu
Those two,
was really
but
good.
They also play out the fact that they could make a new character. Sonic never had a personality. Oh
Yeah.
no, never mind. This Sonic
What?
TV shows and games.
Yeah.
I haven't played those, so I wouldn't
Yeah,
know. But
But I
that's a
guess-
good point. I
I
like
still
that.
enjoyed the movies.
Yeah, I think like we're getting Sonic 2, so we're still seeing that there's a future
Oh
for
yeah,
it. And
Idris Elba's.
that was
That
always
could be cool.
Yeah, that's cool. And just
Jim
even,
Carrey's
Jim
back.
Carrey as Eggman. That's really
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah,
They just have to have fun with it.
Yeah, they can have fun with it. Just like not be slaves to the source material. Like I know that was some people's issue with the new MK movies. Like completely new character, but you have to respect it, but also be new and unique. But overall, I thought like Uncharted. Did I think it was worth the ticket price?
No.
No.
I
was saying,
I
I
regret watching this opening weekend. I feel bad for asking these two.
literally,
watchers me.
I said when we were going, I was like, I do not want to support this movie. I was like,
Yeah.
I want to buy a ticket for Death on an Island.
I
and
wanted to
sneak
pay a
in.
ticket for Jackass
I
again.
didn't want to support this movie and
Yeah.
watching it. Yeah, like, all of us were in the car talking like, yeah, that was a waste of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. The movie has problems, but I think there's still positives to the movie. I think for
that's a
them,
good point. I will say,
I think them two really were hating on it a bit much more than it needed to be.
Well,
I think as a movie,
I didn't like the
it's
movie.
better than Space Jam. It's better than Resident Evil.
Space
Why are you
Jam.
comparing to Space Jam and Resident Evil?
These are like other action movies. These are other essentially
You're
big.
picking the
He
bottom
used-
of the
he
barrel.
used
Wait, okay,
argument
okay,
in the
okay.
car.
What?
He was like, oh, he compared it to John Wick, and then we were like, dude, that's not the same genre.
Yeah,
So would you rather it's this or Indiana Jones 4?
No, he compared it to La La Land.
He like, no, I
No, you did it.
I
It's
did
a
that
stupid
joke.
ass.
was
Yeah.
stupid too.
Because he was like, oh yeah, John Wick and Uncharted. I'm like that. Those are two.
No, I think I
completely
compared it
different
to
things. And
I compared it to a Marvel movie. Like, oh yeah, they're like so different. Like, not really.
I could see it as a Marvel movie, just something
Yeah.
you don't want to watch.
Yeah.
I would
Turn
compare
off your
this.
brain,
This is
really
better than
shitty.
Ant-Man.
This is like an Ant-Man 2 to me.
It's better than Ant-Man 2.
Ant-Man 2 had
Ant-Man
Paul
2
Rudd.
This has Paul Rudd.
So what
yeah.
about Paul Rudd? This is Mark
He's great.
Wahlberg.
Mark
Oh my
Wahlberg's
God,
not as
Mark
likable.
Wahlberg is not on the same level as Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are just giving Paul Rudd the fucking rusty trombone now.
Fuck you.
I will say though, I think as much as I feel nothing about this movie, I kind of would look forward to a sequel, which is weird.
That
Because-
came out
What the
left field, that came
No,
out
yeah,
left field.
because I think there is more story to tell with you can bring in Elena, bring in Cutter.
See, but this is my thing to you, Alvin. I think, do you want them to do just a one-for-one of the video game, or do you want them to try to tread new territory like they did with this?
You can tread new territory with good characters.
You had to
I
get the
agree.
character right. They got the
I
character right.
agree.
Would you want to? You really do
Because-
want to see a
because-
sequel?
No, that's a good point. I'd rather just play the games again.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Because I asked Omid, like our favorite games, like, would you want to see them do a Metal Gear Solid version like this? Of this
I said
quality?
no. I said
So
no.
you said no.
But,
Yeah,
no,
so-
because the difference is this: Metal Gear Solid is
You care about the character.
no Uncharted has no greater message about the world. Isn't it just a fucking thief? Metal Gear Solid has message on essentially nuclear arms, disarming the entire world, not having essentially having no more wars. Uncharted is some fucking thief. What?
Right now it's a little bit close to home.
I'm saying, yeah, we see Hideo Kojima was saying this in the 90s.
Yeah.
So he's a fucking visionary. Essentially, demilitarize all world. We don't need nuclear weapons. They're gonna bring nothing but pain. Uncharted is just a fun thief stealing shit, and you have fun jokes with Sully and him. This sure wasn't as funny for you, but
There weren't jokes.
I think
Quit talking about the game, man. You haven't played it.
Yeah.
he hasn't played the game, but you're taking his shit as
He's
gospel.
not bringing up the game when he's talking about.
I'm talking about the movie. I'm
movie.
talking about like, the character has to be
He's saying
likable.
it's not likable, unlike the character in the game, and you're agreeing
No,
with him.
I'm not bringing
He
up the
never
game.
said that once.
Yeah, he's like, oh,
He
if-
did. He said he's
I didn't
unlikable.
hear it.
No, I said he's unlikable.
It's no, it really, you're taking his word like a gospel right now.
Well, I mean,
No, I think we just have the same opinion.
yeah, because we're both intelligent.
Intelligent. I don't think.
Literally.
Nice.
But I guess when
Give us a specific scene what you didn't like, Owen. Can you do that for me,
He was
please?
doing the whole review.
Whole
Dude, I've
review.
been shitting on this movie way too much. I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm out of
I
this
think I think we're wrapping up our review. Let's go with final scores. Let's start with Alvin. What do you give it?
Just a 5.
5?
Yeah.
I'll give it 6.5. 6.5.
Yeah, I give it like a 5. Like 4.
5. I was thinking 4 because if 5 that's average, if that's the scale we're going through, I'm gonna go with a little below average because I just rather not see the movie. But I'm not much of a 1 through 10 kind of guy. It's like I'm just not gonna see it.
Yeah, you're like, I enjoyed it. or
Yeah, if
not.
I enjoyed it or not, I didn't enjoy myself, so I'm not gonna see it.
Yeah, but I mean,
that's my skill.
yeah,
I'm not gonna see it again.
yeah, I'm not gonna see it again either. But I mean, that's the end of our review. This is what did you think? We're able to kind of go into spoilers a bit. I hopefully you guys didn't have to see it, or if you did,
Don't watch.
sorry,
Yeah.
I'm sorry you had to watch it. But yeah, that was our review. We had fun talking about the movie, and let us know in the comments maybe the next review that we should do. We're looking forward to Batman.
Yeah,
That's
we're
gonna be
do
huge.
Batman,
Yeah.
Sure.
And we had some new reviews out too. We have Jackass Forever. That's a great movie. Definitely now is a fun one. He just did Boba Fett. So we got a lot of reviews coming out, and we also have our We'll Want to Fight About It series. So check those out. But again, it was me, Amir,
It's me, Omid.
I'm Alvin.
Owen.
and thanks for watching, guys.
See you
Peace.
guys.
See you later.